How you doing? We got finals here for the 2v2 tournament. Street Handles and Death up against Cosmos and Brosidon. I think we've seen this matchup before. It's always gone Cosmos and Brosidon's way. Every tournament's gone Cosmos and Brosidon's way. See if this could be the day where things change. Honestly, this is pretty cool to see. They gave Cosmos the Thoth that he loves so much and plays incredibly well. I mean, they gave the Ravana to Brosidon, and they picked Odin. They're hoping to try to counterpick it with this Odin. Now, the Odin picks can always go one of two ways. It can be a sick counter, and it's like, oh shit, why didn't we ban Odin? Of course, we have no jumps. This is terrible. Or it can just be a complete flop, and you just, you know, all your dreams of Odin being this hype counter pick are just squashed. It's harder to make use of him in a 2v2 scenario. Or even a 3v3 than it is in like a conquest environment. Alright, so they just pick up those small creeps there, but they're gonna have less wave clear. They should be fine with wave clear in general, though. These two gods do very well with it. Odin, of course, just being able to completely demolish the wave with the bird bomb jump. And Raijin with his 2-1, obliterating it safely as well. Safely is the key, though, here. For Odin, his clear option is not safe. This jump will cost him if they can find a way to capitalize off of it. But for now, they are getting the better of this engagement up against Brosidon, doing a lot of damage. Yeah, they just nerfed Odin. It didn't go through yet, though. I don't know why. I feel like it was so random, but I guess, you know, other game modes he was still excelling. I didn't see him much in Conquest, like SPL anymore. But I guess maybe he was. I don't know. Street Handles a little reluctant to jump in here. Finally does, and gets a lot of damage for it. Oh, of course, Cosmos would not let himself go down like that. Had an Aegis up his sleeve. And he gets out free. So early game burst, like I said, wave clear and burst goes to these guys easily on the blue team. As the game goes on, we have Thoth getting more and more powerful, but we also have Raijin getting more and more powerful. Raijin just an all-around terrific god, just an insanely powerful mage. Ravana will have the upper hand against Odin in the late, so it's going to be kind of close. So I kind of like both of these guys, you know, both of their comps going into the late here. I don't think it's easy to just call it either way. But I will say that if this Odin strategy of locking down Cosmos doesn't work out, then he will go ham. He will just go ham on Thoth. He will make them wish that they banned out the Thoth for sure, or the Thoth. And they have not gone a Phantom yet. I'm surprised to see them opt into the Sprint over the Phantom at this point. Sprint definitely another active that they'd love to have, especially when Jump of ISO comes out online on Street. But yeah, you think Phantom would come first in that order. But here it is, the damage onto Cosmos. It looks like he's going down here, yes, for sure. I bet they're wishing they had a Phantom now. You see that sprint on Ravana just completely unused there, as it did not help against the combo. So this could have been, you know, a great underestimation. Red team maybe not doing their homework this time, or just, you know, being caught unawares. Believe it or not, this is probably one of the most promising starts we've seen for these guys, or against these guys of the Brosidon Cosmos team. They are the villains of this tournament, but in the best way. The nicest guys too, so it's funny. Okay, what did they nerf about Odin? I think it was a little bit more. Oh, 1 less second on his cage. I think it was 6 to 5 seconds. Yeah, duration 6. It's now 5. So still quite a nerf. you know, full second off is definitely something, but it's definitely not make or break. Street's feeling confident, throwing out those emotes. Got Death alongside him, really leading the charge very well. Both of these guys have been on their stuff. Cosmos going for that late game. Like we said, that's what the strategy will have to be out of the red team. Just try to outweight the craziness that is this blue team's early aggression. And best way to do that with a pause. Just kidding, that was Street Handles pause. It would have been good though. Hopefully all is good on Street Handles' end. Yeah, so that Warlock's going to allow Cosmos to transition very smoothly into that late game environment and really just flourish there. We'll have to see how Brosidon builds. I'm guessing it's just going to be basically all tank. Odin just controls buffs so well. Oh, they fired off the Thoth ultimate, but too late. They had no vision on it, so it was just kind of a shot in the dark. One that definitely didn't work out in their favor. Death should have just jumped over this wall. He does, but not in the right direction. That's okay, though. It's going to come down to a secure battle here, and it does go down to the red team, I think. Yes. Alright, up 1k right now, really controlling this game quite well. The big plays right now are going to have to be, will they be able to do Bull Demons effectively, or bait the Bull Demon in order to get some kills? Like I said, it's all about the blue team capitalizing on this early game lead. Into the mid game, they'll even have the lead, and just trying to seal the deal before the late game comes. So they can't get complacent, they have to keep the pressure up. Ravana will just be able to maneuver around the enemy much too easily. You know, he can get out of the Odin cage as well with his ultimate, and he can stick to Raijin, make things very difficult for him. Especially if he gets any auto attack in his build, he can be very, very menacing late game if he's able to afford that luxury. But even without it, the stick potential and, you know, his auto attack progression will help him a lot going into that late. He's going straight into probably Genji's first here. Whereas Breastplate's picked up for Death, prioritizing that frontline damage that's going to be coming out of Brosidon. Now Street as well, it looks like he's going Warlocks here, and I don't know, not 100% sold on that. I kind of wish he went Bancrofts because he's already, you know, raining down on them with a lot of damage. I'd like to see him try to amplify that for the early and mid game. But it might be a Gem of ISO. I kind of forget if this one goes into both. But I think stacking will just kind of crush their momentum a little bit here, so I really hope that's not the case, but it more than likely will be. Yep. Yeah, it couldn't have been Gem, that's right. I was not entirely sure. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, I do disagree with that. I hope it doesn't cost them much, but, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like, you know, why squash momentum and try to go up against them in the late game if you don't really have to yet at this point. Really kind of could just do a better job of playing to your strengths. But at least for Raijin, you know, he's going to be strong. Because, well, especially Raijin's going to be strong in the late game either way, too. Stalemate at this red. They should look for an opportunity at Cosmos, but see how far away he's positioning himself very nicely, right on the tower line. So if they do jump and cage him, you know, he could just dance within that tower line. Complete stalemate here, as both teams want this red buff. The red team just doesn't want to give it to them again for free. Good damage coming out there. Cosmos with the pen boots online and 60 stacks on his warlocks already. That's crazy. So early on, he's been very efficient with those stacks. Uh-oh. Okay, good damage there. Unfortunately, they were trying to force that ult earlier so that Death could come in with the hot ult and finish off the Robin. Didn't work out. Ooh, if only they knew Cosmos had no mana right there. They would have been able to jump through that wall and kill him instantly. Yeah, my thing is that with Odin in the late game, like I just think you don't win. Like you don't win with Odin in the late in these kind of situations. So that's why I'm worried for him choosing the Warlocks. He is like the early to mid game god, and he falls off ridiculously hard. So if you're trying to fight into them in the late game already, like trying to build that way, I just don't think it's going to come out in your favor. And 2v2 is the kind of game where you actually can end early. Street now looking for his pen item, as Cosmos is as well. Cosmos going for the spear, synergizes very well with Thoth. He's going to just start hitting for so much from afar, very safely too, while Brosidon in the front lines, you can see. And wow, it looked like he hit that last one too. But yeah, very accurate nonetheless. This one's definitely going to slow down a little bit at this point. It's going to become harder and harder to find the correct cages that they need, because you know, these guys aren't going to give it to them. They're just going to keep playing or dancing right outside of their range. Ult went nowhere, it looks like. Cages in Raijin, or Robin rather, and Robin makes a bold play here to go all the way in. He's got a lot of slows on him, but he activates that sprint. Street, I think he missed he missed both of those shots, the initial ones that were meant for Brosidon. Unfortunately, just did not work out for him. Street's still running away here. Death trying to provide enough peel in the front here. That's unfortunate. It looked like there could have been something there, but there was so much immunity coming out from Brosidon. While he was up in the air, they weren't able to damage him, and then as he came down, plus the 2, just a lot. Look at this good guy teammate Death. Waited for Street to come back to clean up all those creeps. He's got himself almost halfway to the finish Warlocks. And the first red buff of the game that has gone to blue team is a very impactful one. Kind of marks a big change, as it shows that the red team is starting to be able to fight back into these guys more comfortably, even while staying within their range and deciding to try to turn the fight on them. They do have the Phantom Veil now, although they only opted for 1. Might be all they need. Shield of Thorns will help out a lot against the Raijin damage. They're playing it so safe that I feel like they often won't need the Phantom anyway, so maybe just the 1 will do it. It's so hard to hit that from that far away when your enemies are looking at you. It's almost never worth using it for precision, so I'm surprised to see Cosmos still do it, but I think sometimes, you know, these kind of long extended battles, these stalemates, get bored. Wow, Street taking a ton of damage there. Red buff went to red team in the most impactful one. Sorry. There's too many colors. I can't deal with all these colors. Look at this guy. This guy on the blue team is red. What am I supposed to do about that? This guy on the red team is blue. Like,
your day of judgment is nigh.
he's red. Told you, this is really where things are going to slow down so much. And they need to take the opportunity to try to bait out the Bull Demon more, though, because Red Team's not going to give it to them. They're not going to allow them to take the engagements that they want to. Now, 14 minutes have gone by. The first kill happened within the first, like, what, 5 to 6 minutes of the game. That left a good, you know, maybe 8-minute window for them to try to make some plays that will force them into that jungle, where Thoth isn't as powerful. But instead, it's been kind of squandered so far. Cosmos finally does hit that ult. I think it hit it on death. Big damage there, but the ult is good. Street's really just been using this ult as like a backup, like, here, I've got damage too, kind of thing, you know, unfortunately. Oh, Cosmos might have overextended here. They should have had Raijin go back in on that. At least he got the red, though. I think he was just prioritizing that red, but since he had already dashed, I think Death should have immediately called out, hey, he dashed, I have him slowed, head back over here. Had he held his ult there, too, imagine Street having ult in that position. He's got to hold these ults more, or use them before. No, just hold the ult more, I'd say. Let Brosidon force Brosidon's ult out first, and then go for it. Are we in stasis? No, everybody's. This creeps me. Oh, we are in stasis. Okay, thank God. I was really freaked out. All right, here we go. Okay, he wasn't even really there. It was an illusion. That's so funny. It's about to spawn. Okay, it wasn't that close to spawning. It was blinking before on the fake video. Odin needed blink. I agree, actually. I think Odin with blink could have done so much more for opening these fights, especially with forcing Bull Demons. There's only so much you can do with your predictable jump, but the blink is instant, and you can just cage before the Thoth is able to dash. Where you jump on Thoth with Odin, he has all the time in the world to dash out. So he's got quick reflexes, but when you blink on him, that is instantaneous. There's no way he's going to be able to. So going that instead of the sprint probably. This one can go on forever, man. And I don't think I like the blue team's odds as it does. Just like I said, such veteran team on the red team side, and the gods that they have more than anything. Gem of ISO finally has been picked up for Street, which is such a core item on Raijin. Very, very powerful, allowing him to, you know, put out very potent slows from halfway across the map as he does. And it combines so well with his 2. Become the most powerful force in the universe. See, I just don't get whether they haven't tried to force Bull Demon once, you know? I feel like if this was red team, they would have done it like 10 times by now. And I think that's just the Joust experience. Chrono spend it here for Cosmos, something that he seems to go a lot on the Thoth. Just really values that big cooldown, especially after not going the cooldown boots. I guess he figures the pen boots helps out his early game a little bit, because at first his early game can be quite a little bit lackluster. His poke damage. Alright, big damage. Def's got the, oh, man. My man used the Phantom and Aegis. I've never seen somebody use both together like that, and he probably didn't need to be fair. They've disrupted the blue team so much, though, at this point. Good thing is, though, blue team, I mean, has not used any of their relics. While on the other side of things, 3 have been used, but no ults have been used on the red team side. Red team's ults are a lot less high priority, though, for sure, I'd say. Especially the Thoth ultimate. It's had probably the lowest impact out of any of the ults. So yeah, definitely a winning fight for blue team. And they want to really press this advantage that they have right now. Alright, nice. Yeah, there we go. He forced Street to dip first, though. And Street's finding... There we go. I say, he had some trouble finding those shots at first, but he finally did. It was because that sprint was applied. It was a good sprint from Poseidon to try to keep Cosmos at bay, but it just wasn't enough. Street finally found that last shot, proccing a ton of damage. Now things are really starting to swing around for the blue team again. That's a great win for them. And now they are finally looking at this Bull Demon, which is most certainly the play. You can't push down that tower with a Robin there, but you can go do the Bull Demon. He doesn't have any secure either as Robin. Should definitely try to pull it away from him, though. They might want to be careful here. That hurts. They didn't save any of their secure. They didn't save any of the secure. They turned their backs. They did everything wrong there. And they allowed for the Titan, or not for the Titan, for the Bull Demon to be right there. Within jumping distance from the Robin. You always want to pull it towards the, towards the back of the pit there. Now they're, fighting, they're fighting with some anger in their hearts because they know that they just squandered a shit ton of their potential lead. And here's where mistakes can happen too. Hopefully they can rein it in. Hey, it's not my fault. Robin does not actually have good secure. but if you turn your back to him and leave him a clear opening, you might be able to get a miracle jump to kill it. You know how much that jump does? That shit does next to no damage. Let me see how much it does. Alright, I guess it does more than I thought.
Let me fix that.
That's decent damage, but still. Compared to a Robin that's there with a ton of secure, or a bird bomb. You know what I'm saying. And unfortunately, the blue team are the ones to lose their tower first. The salt is rising. Death finds the cage. So another active pop there for that cage. That's good again. Phantom Veil down. Death going in here. Real strong. On the back side of things, we have Street actually dealing a lot more damage to Poseidon than he thought he would take. Yeah, this is one tanky Raijin right now. Warlock Sash, Gem of Ice, Bulwark. Look how much health these guys. You got so many dots, so many lines. They fear that Thoth ult so much. And they should, because they've already used all their abilities at that point. Alright, so now they should collapse on Poseidon. Force him to use his ult again. But the problem is Street on the backside is taking quite a little bit of damage. Ooh, big hit, Cosmos. I don't know if this is positioned to go in on, but we'll see how it works out for him. Oh, that transfers damage, though, to Cosmos. From that, too, the little doggy guy was leashed over there. Alright, nice damage again. That 2 from Poseidon has been so pivotal, blocking so much of this Raijin damage. Oh, Aegis was used there by Cosmos. I was wondering if he was just out of range, but no, that's an Aegis down. That's great. Again, they're forcing so many of these relics. They just need to be able to... Ooh, wow. Oh, they should definitely go on this. That was the greed right there. That's the play. And this man might get out too. That's great. They could maybe turn. They got to be very careful about Street taking any straight hit here. They keep finding these picks on Cosmos. This time, completely due to greed. He just zoomed over at both of them to pick up his well-earned red buff. He was so hyped off of getting that red buff that he just went for it. Remember, this is a best of 3, so... While this one may have been agonizing, maybe both teams will have shit in order even more for the next one. They might be able to just burn this down real quick. This time, let's see. This time I want to see them use Raijin ult if it gets that close too. And pull it away. But it's okay this time. It looks like there's nobody coming. So they think. Till Thoth dashes in halfway across the screen. He's using it! Good. Alright, that's great. To be fair, the Street Handle ults have not been that impactful throughout the game, too, so it's not that big of a loss having to use that. But the fact of the matter is they've now invested his ult, and they've had to, use all that time just to get the Bull Demon down on their tower. Like, they should be at the Phoenix at this point, but because of squandering quite a bit, they still haven't managed to take that one objective down. Yes, that's right. For some reason, Cosmos likes the no rod builds a lot, and I'm not sure exactly why. Like he goes Chronos Pendant instead. I don't know how it works, but his Thoth, like he feels like it works out better. I'll trust his math on it more because he plays Thoth a lot. But he's also always very big on unorthodox builds. So. Oh, he doesn't want to use the Phantom here. He has it. Okay, there we go. Took a lot of damage for it. They're definitely going to be able to get this. So Poseidon doesn't want to inch up too far where he's going to be at risk. Alright, blue team is working like a well-oiled machine now. They're definitely doing what they need to do. At a certain point, it clicked with them what they need to do, force those actives, and then re-engage for the fight. No matter how hard they have to commit, the answer from the red team, like they just don't have strong enough of an answer, that is. Their turnaround potential isn't as strong. Cosmos needs to stay on the back foot in order to be relevant and poke from very far away. Once you bring the fight to him and his dash is down, he's done. And Poseidon, he doesn't have enough to turn with. He's got one Titan's Bane now. That's going to be able to deal quite a little bit of damage for them, but not, anything that will carry the fight. Nice, I like that play. Fortunately, Death not able to get within range. That rod's finished for Street Handle, so he's packing a punch with that thing. We see Jotun's picked up for Death. He really wanted to finish up that cooldown, but he actually used Overcast by a little bit. Just 10%. Ooh, wow, what a fight. Street's out. Is Cosmos. Yeah, well, I'm surprised Death didn't try to keep on that, because I don't think the Poseidon had potential to kill him. And he might have been able to kill Cosmos still, but I guess he would have another dash coming up soon enough, and he figured that there wasn't, the kill potential wasn't there anymore without Street there. Again, they got actives though. Phantom's about to come up again though, so where they can squeeze another Odin ult out quick enough or not. It's probably coming up at about the same time either way, so. Yeah, we went back to the traditional comps here in the finals with the Mage Warrior, which, like I was saying, really seems to be the meta. It is the Mantle Discord that Cosmos has picked up, which will give him a lot of disengage potential, you know, a lot of peel for himself that Raijin, or Robin rather, I hate Raijin and Robin, so annoying, that Robin hasn't been able to provide. He's really been off doing his own thing in front, and in the back over here, Cosmos is definitely getting... It really looked like they had him, but at the nick of time, that huge dash comes up and he just sails out of there. I don't know this creator. I'm guessing Jabber put that they won, because I didn't touch it. I didn't even set admin, so I think only the people in the tournament are able to put it. You might have accidentally done it. Let me fix that no ult for Poseidon, but none for Death either. Jesus, man, it's such a freaking tense. It's like it's tense at moments, and then there's like 5 to 10 minute periods of just standing apart from each other, trying to make the engagement happen. Okay, I'll make sure to correct it this game. If he's not here, you guys win. Jabber, are you here for the third place match? If not, this creator wins. Street was using his hammers, not his hammers, goddamn, his drums at the exact beat of the song. That was sick. Alright, they gotta be careful because they might look to burn. No, they're not to burn it. But Death doesn't trust it. It's here either way. I say they still need to look to force another bully and try to get, oh, looks like they're going to, yeah, nice. They gotta try to not full commit to this. I think their ward just died over there, actually. But this one might cover it. Doesn't look like they were wise to it at all, though. Yeah, Street Handlers might not even need to ult this. But what the hell is Death doing? Okay, he's just zoning like crazy, I guess. He just got really scared. He had flashback. He said, I've seen this before. Now they're gonna be careful here because, like I said, no ultimate for Street does mean that they have less of a team fight. So if Cosmos or Poseidon really want to pick a fight here, they'll be at the advantage, despite that little bit of healing from the fire
CDR is triggering me.
Death overcapping CDR is triggering me. Thank you so much, Odin, for the 7 months. Death overcapping CDR. Oh yeah, I know. I said that too. But only by 10%. It's not bad. I mean, Mental isn't that good. But I guess he could sell this for Nemean. See, like I said, Street's in a little bit of a bad place now. And will their Buldyman even be worth it? They didn't need to ult it. This time they didn't need to. But they got scared out of their minds. How much longer is this butt last? Ah, man, they've already run out over half of it. They're not getting anything off of this. Oh, God. It's never ending. Oh, is it 20% overcapped? 10%. This. Alright, this is it. They might be able to kill Cosmos here. It's always about sticking to Cosmos. Huh? What the hell was that? He wanted to get hit.
Let me fix that face.
Alright, he's doing a good job of being just a meat shield here. And there goes that Bull Demon buff. The Phoenix is back at it again, folks, and the game goes on and on. Yeah, Wingblade doesn't give CDR, you fool. It would be broken if it still gave CDR. Though it is still very good. Yeah, it's just the two warriors trying to stick to the mages at this point and beat the crap out of them. Both of them are doing a great job of it too. Ooh, but then when Cosmos can hit something like that, those long range... Those long-range stuns are so powerful from Thoth, man. Just interrupt you completely, and they do so much damage. Set up for so much. Oof. Uh-oh, the sprint has been popped. Cosmos finds the stun. The ult from Poseidon. Aegis has run out. He goes into his ultimate, but it's not enough. Death is fighting on, but I don't think he can. Wow, how the tides have turned. Red team is probably going to be able to take this off of this. 50 seconds down on street. They just played the patient game, and they played their game, and they were strong in it. Finally found the opportunities they needed. Look at this guy. Cosmos doesn't even care about death. He's just going for it. Ooh, I want to see this comeback right here, but I don't think it can happen. No. GG. Jesus Christ. What an intensely long game. Unfortunately, you know, the blue team, they had so many opportunities. They just let them slip through the cracks. And they got to shapen it up next time. They got to really try to pull it together. The other problem was that the, you know, the Odin pick, like I said, it does fall off. So leading into the late game scenario with that, you really needed a more concrete plan throughout if you're going to rely on the Odin. GG.